doesn't want the wife to leave because he doesn't know any other woman that he can be treating the way he wants, and the woman is just there relaxed and knowing that I got married and I can never go anywhere. Okay. Hello, guys. I don't even know how to start today, but God, it's heartbreaking to know that sometimes you got married to the wrong person, someone who will never understand you. Before I just go far, I want to say that there is this book I read. It's about women, it encourages women. And it was just telling us never get married to a man that you cannot control, but make sure you love this man the way he deserves to be loved. Sometimes I pity the women who got married before reading this book because they probably got themselves into things that they can never even get themselves out, because toxic relationships are actually addictive. Imagine being addicted to a man who decides that he's not going to call you today, he's not going to talk about anything, not even for today. He just decides today that he'll never call you again just because you asked for help from them. I mean, why should you give birth if you're not ready for responsibilities? The Bible says a man should go and toil for the family. If a woman does, I mean, women were created in a way that they are always at the receiving end, and that impresses them. And men were created in a way that they are always at the giving end, and that equally impresses them. If you're a man and you don't feel like giving anything to your wife, then it means you don't love your family. It's just as simple as that. But if you love your family and your wife's salary is just about makeups, looking sexy in good clothes, it shouldn't even be your bother. All you should be thinking about is, how is my family going to survive this month? If it's rent, how much am I supposed to pay so that they cannot be locked outside the house? If it's food, how are they going to eat so that they cannot sleep hungry? If you have children, they need 6 meals in a day. How are you going to provide all of that? Fathers make their children very bitter, mostly African fathers. Why should you promise your baby something if you know that you're never going to provide it? Probably because you have issues with the mom or the mom's salary. Then never promise, because this baby will never actually forgive you. They will never forget that you once promised them a toy and you never bought it. Why promise? A promise is a debt. Na hata mtoto akikuwa mkubwa kabisa, they will never forget, and they will actually be bitter. Ask yourself, some men, actually, and I don't know how God decides this, you find out that a man is very toxic, very bad, doesn't want the wife to leave because he doesn't know any other woman that he can be treating the way he wants, and the woman is just there relaxed and knowing that I got married and I can never go anywhere. Okay, as for me, I think these women should just leave. But then, okay, back to what you're talking about. And then this man, when they get old, God decides this man should go first, or this man, whether he's not going first, he should get sick first. The type of sickness that you cannot vent for yourself, the type of sickness that you're just there for people to just do everything for you. And then you find out you were this bad dad to your kids, you were this bad husband to your wife, and then your wife runs away because right now, you've been treating me bad. I mean, how should I be just here to protect you? No way. And then the kid is like, I just change shoe pampers just right now. How come you sold them already? I'm not changing. I'm not a nurse. And then you're just there on your poop for some 3 hours or 4 hours or even the whole day, the 24 hours. You urinate on your poop, you just sit on your poop, and you know you're a grown up, you feel everything. And then you start getting these burns on your butt. No one is just ready to take care of you like a baby that you have become because you were the worst when you were still with good health. So God knows how to pay back. Sometimes God takes your wife and then gives you a second wife, a person who treats you like you're just nothing. And then at this time, you find out that you regret what you did to your wife. Maybe that is why she passed early. And then you just down to earth, and then you're like worshiping this woman, and the woman is enjoying the moments because you're no longer a man. You're not a man anymore. You're just a useless log, for lack of words to use. Coming back to the women who are being maltreated by their husbands, and they think because I cannot leave because my husband is the one who pays my children's school fees. If I leave, will I really be able to pay all this money on my own? Who told you that is the only school that your children should go to and then they will succeed? Who told you that if you work hard, you will not be able to pay that school fees? Who told you that if you leave, you won't get a better man than him? Let me tell you something. If you're this woman who is being mistreated in your husband's house and you're just there relaxing and waiting for a good time when God is going to answer your prayers and make your husband the best man on earth, your dream come true, you are in your dreams. Pooh! Wake up. Your dream is taking too long. Haha. See, God doesn't answer a prayer that involves someone's choice. You decided to get married to this man. Of course, yeah, maybe you didn't know he was going to be as bad as he is right now. But he's already bad and he has chosen to be bad and he can never be good to you. So why pray? Why waste your prayers? Just leave the marriage before it's too long, before you get too old for anyone to look at you. You need to enjoy. You need some happiness. Stop lying to yourself you're happy because your children are being taken to school, and then you stay away from your husband probably, and then when he comes to see you, instead of coming with masalamu like they have really missed you and they have no time to even argue with you, all the time they have is to just pamper you with gifts and good words. But what they do is totally the opposite, and you're there regretting every time you're with him. When he leaves, he doesn't want to pick up your calls. Today he's pretending to be so much in love with you. I don't even understand how a man tells you I love you and you just mistakenly tell him something that hurts him today, and then he's like, I'll never talk to this woman until she is sorry. And if you feel offended too, you never say sorry, and then your children end up suffering. If you feel you're being mistreated and you're a woman, please step out of that marriage, step out of that relationship. It doesn't matter. Before it's too late, just step out. You're young, you're vibrant, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. Someone is gonna look at you definitely, and because you have already learned how to take care of a man, you're going to get the best man ever, and you're going to make him the happiest man. And trust you me, he will never put a toe out of line as long as you maintain your good character towards this man. Love is out there waiting for you, looking for you, wishing you'd come, but you're just there enjoying suffering. Why? When the children get to know that you have issues, as young as 3-year-old children, they become affected psychologically. That is out of experience. They also try to become immune to your troubles, and they don't want to even get involved because they don't even know why you people are fighting. You should be loving each other in the first place, but you're just fighting always. They decide to get immune. And when they get immune, they just don't want your trouble. All they just want is to maybe relax their mind and make sure that life goes on because they are already alive, and they start building hearts and minds of hatred as young as they are, when they're supposed to be building hearts and minds of love. And when they grow old, they get parental issues and they can't even run a proper relationship with someone with an opposite sex or even the same sex. And they just end up being frustrated and out of line. Some of them end up burying themselves into alcohol, hard drugs, and then you're like, what happened to my baby? Sijui, I brought up this baby in the right way. I was never a drunk. It's okay, you were never a drunk, but what you did affected the baby. How you left that baby to suffer, thinking my dad will come to my rescue, and you were nowhere to be seen. That's when you taught your baby to use hard drugs, but you didn't know. That time you played hard to get, and then you wouldn't even go down on your knees because of your babies, because you have already accepted to be in a toxic relationship for as long as it takes until you are left. That day is when you taught your baby to become a bad baby. But you don't know because you are affected too. So why wait until you're too affected to notice the moods of your children? Continue lying to yourself that you're happy when you're not happy at all. God knows you're suffering. God knows what you're going through. God doesn't want you to suffer. He just wants you to make a choice, and He will support you in your choice that you have made, as long as it's the right choice. The same Bible that tells you do not divorce, the same Bible gives you reasons when you should divorce and how you should do it. So read the Bible properly if you're a Bible person, and make sure that someone doesn't take advantage of your holiness or your Christianity to just get back at you in a bad way that you might never ever heal, and that is going to destroy the morals that you have tried to build in your babies. And then when they grow up, they will obviously forget those morals, and they will be listening to their psychological noise, to the voice from their minds, their thoughts, their distorted thoughts, feelings, and all that. And they will forget every moral or ethics that you try to teach them. Mama, get out of this. Get out of toxic relationships. If you feel your heart is not fulfilled, love is about your heart. It's about your feelings. If your feelings are not fulfilled, if your heart is not fulfilled, then you're not in love. Get out of it. Start focusing. That's all I can say for today. Bitter about what I see going on in the environment that I am. Either way, I have to say bye.